How often do you think about your heart health? Are you aware of the risks of cardiovascular disease? Well, let's dive into the heart of the matter. Cardiovascular diseases, encompassing coronary heart disease and stroke, claim the top spot as the leading cause of death in the United States. Particularly at risk are blacks and Hispanics in underserved communities. It's a sobering reality, isn't it? But there's good news. Cardiovascular disease is largely preventable. Stay tuned to learn how you can keep your heart beating strong. Heart Smarts, a health program, is here to empower you to live a heart-healthy lifestyle. This program is not just about information, but about transformation. It offers a comprehensive approach to help you understand and achieve heart health. Heart Smarts is committed to reducing the incidence of cardiovascular disease, the leading cause of death in the United States. The program focuses on underserved communities where the risk of heart disease and stroke is greatest. Through education and empowerment, Heart Smarts aims to turn the tide on these statistics. It's a call to action, a call to change, a call to live healthier, longer lives. Heart Smarts is about arming you with the knowledge and tools you need to make heart-smart choices every day. It's about the power of prevention and the promise of a healthier future. Remember, Heart Smarts is not just a program, it's a life-changing journey. It's about taking control of your health, one heartbeat at a time. But don't just take our word for it. Listen to these stories from people who have benefited from Heart Smarts. Imagine being told you're at risk for heart disease, a leading cause of death in the United States. Now picture having the knowledge and tools to combat that risk head-on. For people like Maria, a single mother from an underserved community, Heart Smarts was a beacon of hope. The program informed decisions about her heart health, ultimately reducing her risk of cardiovascular diseases. And then there's John, a middle-aged man who was once a prisoner of his poor lifestyle choices. For him, Heart Smarts was not just a program, but a lifesaver. It opened his eyes to the risks he was taking and gave him the push he needed to commit to a healthier lifestyle. These are not just testimonials, they are life-changing stories. Stories of empowerment, resilience, and triumph over heart disease. These are real stories from real people who have seen the impact of Heart Smarts in their lives. Are you ready to be the next success story? Your heart health is in your hands, and with Heart Smarts, you have the power to make a difference. It's time to take that first step towards a healthier lifestyle, a step that could redefine your future. Heart Smarts is not just an ally, it's a beacon, guiding you to make informed decisions for your heart health. So why wait? The path to a healthier heart is just a click away. You'll find the link to Heart Smarts right down in the description below. Start your journey towards a healthier heart today with Heart Smarts.
Have you ever found yourself grappling with common home repair issues and feeling frustrated over the hefty bills for professional services? It's a scenario many of us can relate to. Whether it's a leaky faucet, a hole in the drywall, or a stubbornly clogged drain, household issues seem to pop up when we least expect them. And let's not even start on the potential costs of hiring professional services. The bills can certainly add up. But what if you could take matters into your own hands? That's right, we're talking about do-it-yourself, or DIY for short. Not only can it save you a significant amount of money, but it also equips you with valuable practical skills. It's empowering to know that you can tackle these common problems head-on without having to rely on others. So, are you ready to roll up your sleeves and dive in? Today, we're going to guide you through some common home repair tasks that you can easily handle yourself. A leaky faucet can be more than just an annoyance, it can also lead to increased water bills. But don't worry, fixing it yourself is easier than you might think. First things first, we need to identify the type of faucet you have. There are 4 main types: ball, cartridge, disc, and compression. A quick online search with a description or a photo of your faucet can usually help you identify which type you have. Next, we're going to turn off the water supply. There should be a valve under your sink that you can turn clockwise to shut off the water. If you can't find it, don't worry. You can turn off the main water supply for your house. Just remember to let everyone in the house know so they don't get a surprise when they try to use the water. Now, we're ready to remove the handle of the faucet. This process will vary depending on the type of faucet you have, but generally, you can usually find a screw at the base or back of the handle. Use a screwdriver to remove it and then gently lift the handle off the faucet. Once you've removed the handle, you'll be able to see the part of the faucet that's causing the leak. This could be a worn-out washer, a damaged seal, or a corroded valve seat. You can find replacements for these parts at any hardware store. Just make sure to bring the faulty part with you to ensure you get the right replacement. After you've replaced the faulty part, it's time to reassemble the faucet. Simply reverse the process you used to take it apart. Make sure to tighten all screws and connections to prevent any future leaks. Once everything is back together, turn the water supply back on and test your faucet. If everything is done correctly, you should no longer have a leak. And just like that, you fixed your leaky faucet without the need for a costly plumber. Holes and cracks in your drywall can be an eyesore, but with the right tools and steps, you can make your walls look as good as new. So, let's dive right into the process of repairing drywall. First off, you need to prepare the wall. It's essential to clear away any loose debris around the hole or crack. You can use a utility knife to carefully cut away any frayed edges. This step ensures a clean surface for the patch to adhere to. Next, it's time to apply the patch. You can find drywall patches at any home improvement store. These are typically adhesive on one side and have a mesh or paper surface on the other. Position the patch over the hole, making sure it completely covers the area. Press it firmly onto the wall so it sticks in place. Now we move on to the application of joint compound, also known as mud. This is where you'll need a putty knife. Spread the joint compound over the patch and the surrounding wall. The aim here is to blend the patch into the surrounding wall, so strive for a smooth, seamless finish. Once the joint compound has dried, which could take a few hours to overnight, it's time for sanding. Using a fine grit sandpaper, gently sand the area until it's smooth and even with the rest of the wall. This step might get a bit messy, so make sure to protect your floors and furniture. Finally, we are at the last step, painting. Match the paint to your wall color as closely as possible. Apply a primer first if you have it, as this will help the paint adhere better. Once the primer is dry, paint over the area. You might need a couple of coats to achieve the desired coverage. And voila, your wall is back to its pristine condition. This process can be a bit time-consuming, but it's certainly a cost-effective way to maintain the beauty of your home. Plus, there's a certain satisfaction that comes with completing a DIY home repair. So, don't shy away from these tasks. With a bit of patience and effort, you can keep your home looking its best. A clogged drain can disrupt your daily routines and even lead to bigger plumbing issues, but with a little elbow grease, you can unclog it yourself. First, let's start with the simplest method, using a plunger. Yes, the same tool you'd use for a stubborn toilet can work wonders on your sink or tub drain. Place the plunger over the drain and pump vigorously. The suction can often dislodge whatever is causing the clog, allowing water to flow freely once more. Now, if the plunger doesn't do the trick, it's time to up your game with a plumber's snake. This handy tool is a long, flexible metal rod that you feed into the drain to push through the clog. Just be careful not to force it, as you could potentially damage your pipes. But what if the clog is stubbornly refusing to budge? That's when a hand auger comes into play. Similar to a plumber's snake, a hand auger has a crank that allows you to drill down into the drain, breaking up the clog and clearing the way. As you work with these tools, remember to prioritize safety. Always wear gloves to protect your hands, and if you're using a hand auger, make sure to wear safety goggles to protect your eyes from any debris that might fly out. And of course, it's important to clean up after you've finished. Dispose of any debris you've removed from the drain properly, and clean your tools before storing them away. You wouldn't want to introduce new clogs or bacteria into your pipes the next time you need to use them. So, you see, unclogging a drain doesn't have to be a professional's job. With a bit of patience, the right tools, and a little bit of know-how, you can tackle this common home repair task yourself. And the best part? You'll save money by not having to call in a plumber, and you'll have the satisfaction of solving the problem with your own two hands. So there you have it. A clear drain without the need for a professional plumber. So, we've walked you through some common home repair tasks, fixing a leaky faucet, repairing drywall, and unclogging drains, but let's quickly recap. Starting with the leaky faucet, we showed you how to first identify where the leak is originating. Once we knew it was from the faucet, we turned off the water supply. We then removed the handle of the faucet and the packing nut, which revealed the stem. Removing that exposed the washer, which is often the culprit for leaks. By replacing the worn-out washer with a new one, we were able to stop the leak and save gallons of water from being wasted. Next, we tackled repairing drywall. We discussed how holes and cracks in drywall can be unsightly and even cause structural issues if left unattended. The process involved cutting out a clean square around the damage, then attaching a new piece of drywall using a supporting piece of wood behind it. We applied joint compound and drywall tape to smooth out the seams, and after some sanding and painting, the wall looked as good as new. Then we moved on to unclogging drains, a common issue that can lead to bigger problems if not addressed. We explained how you can use a plunger or a plumber's snake to dislodge the clog. For stubborn blockages, we suggested a homemade solution of vinegar and baking soda, which can break down the clog without damaging your pipes. Each of these tasks may seem daunting at first, but with the right tools and a little bit of guidance, they're entirely manageable. And the benefits are substantial. By performing these repairs yourself, you can potentially save hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars in professional repair fees over time. Plus, there's the added bonus of gaining new skills and the confidence that comes with self-reliance. So don't shy away from these tasks. Embrace the opportunity to learn and grow. The more you practice, the more adept you'll become. And who knows, you might even find that you enjoy it. After all, there's a certain satisfaction that comes from fixing something with your own two hands. And remember, this is just the beginning. There are countless other home repair tasks that you can learn to handle on your own. Whether it's replacing a light fixture, installing a new door, or even building a deck, the world of DIY home repair is vast and rewarding. So keep learning, keep experimenting, and most importantly, keep trying. Because every time you tackle a new task, you're not only improving your home, you're also improving yourself. Remember, with a little patience and practice, you can become your own handyman and save a great deal of money in the process.